Sound like Swooty. That sound like Swooty on some other stuff. Them youngins be on some other stuff. Anyway, GRIZZBIZMY2SENSE. We back at it. Back at it. We got another episode going down for you. Today we got Mr. Brandon Nixon coming on the show. Candidate running for city council. Also, we're going to share a link where Stefan Pryor, Champion Pryor. And that guy's all over the city council, man. He is on their asses. Affleck! He on their asses. Wednesday to Wednesday, we're back at it. I got a very, very special guest involved here right with me today. It's my baby brother, man. Let's give J.Reese a round of applause. We have a battle of the wits' minds. He thinks his mind is sharper because he's 17 years or 15 years younger than me. I don't know. Whatever. I didn't ask for your comment either. You know what I'm talking about? But we are here today, man. He's going to help out with some of the questions. He's very, very into what's going on in politics and everything else. But before we get going with that, let's go ahead and give our sponsors their due.
Goodies Barbecue, 7,440 Hamilton Avenue, Mount Healthy, Ohio. Call 513-2641-631. Use promo code My2Cents and receive a 10% discount on your meal. Goodies Barbecue, 7,440 Hamilton Avenue, Mount Healthy, Ohio. Call 513-2641-631. Use promo code My2Cents and receive a 10% discount on your meal.
Next up, we've got Linked Up.
Let's get your home.
Linked Up Auto Care. That's right. Linked Up Auto Care. Go on over to 5850 Center Hill Drive and get your car fixed, man. They got shuttle service. They got a big giant bay. Everything, man. They've got credit. You can go on if you ain't got the cash, go on over there and fill out for a card, man. And get your car fixed. And it's linked up to Firestone too. So go on over there, Linked Up Auto Care, man, and say say my 2 cents and receive a 5% discount. It's the trees today. A 5% discount on your automotive repair. And while you're there, you can also buy your car. They got a car lot right there. Also, Capsule Auto Sales. Man, and they got a nice selection of vehicles too. Like I said, on the spot financing, buy here, pay here. Hey, they got it all. One-stop shop. Linked Up Auto Care, Capsule Auto Sales. Let's give them a round of applause. Next up, we got Jarman.
Let's get your home charging station installed the right way. Jarman Home Solutions is a licensed electrical contractor serving Greater Cincinnati and Greater Dayton, specializing in EV charger installations for all makes and models. Whether you drive a Tesla, Ford, Chevy, or Rivian, our team delivers clean, professional installs you can trust. Most installs are completed in just one day, so you can charge at home and hit the road with confidence. Power up the smart way. Call or message Jarman Home Solutions and get your garage EV ready today.
That's what's up. Let's give Jarman Home Solutions a round of applause. Next up, we got www.danknation.co, where you can get your premium seeds. Yep, that's right. That's what I'm a part of, danknation.co. Go on over there, get your premium seeds. You no longer have to wait. Right here, here. Anyone you want. What you know about Acapulco Gold? Nothing. You know what I'm talking about? Learn you something. Go get you some Acapulco Gold seeds and then thank me later. You know what I'm talking about? That's up there with that mop water. If you know what that mop water is.
Please, God.
This guy right here. Also, check out the dope apparel we got with our leaf, with our logo, man. There's some hot stuff going on. And we want to shout out Made You Look Clothing, who does all the embroidery and printing for us. You know what I'm saying? That's Alonzo Coppins. Let's give Dank Nation and Made You Look Clothing a round of applause. That's what's up. Wednesday. We are at it, man. I don't know about you, man, but this race seems to be very important to me and a lot of other folks, even though I'm not in the city. But you firsthand know, we talked about being doing the mayor stuff a long time ago. Way before all this stuff, even years ago, we talked about it. You talked about you. I talked about me. I even went down there to Norwood and seen how the operation went, so forth, because I didn't just want to be talking. I wanted to see. I was like, oh man, it's a different level down here. And then I didn't talk fluent Caucasian. See, I talk broken Caucasian. Don't get mad. It might be trailer park Caucasian. You know what I'm saying? Chopped up Ebonics. Y'all can understand that. You know what I'm saying? But some of us speak fluent Caucasian. And there's only 3 people that I know to speak fluent Caucasian real good. That's Cousin Sean Price. He's a doctor too, you know what I'm saying? He's a doctor, so he speaks real fluent Caucasian.
Sean Price is a great man.
Yeah, great man.
Great man.
We have pedigree in our bloodline. You know what I'm saying? It might have skipped me. I don't know, but anyway, no, I'm just playing. But and then we have my brother here. He's a part of what is it that you do? You might as well shout your job out and what they do and help the people. What does it do?
I work with New Life Furniture Bank.
Okay, so what does that do?
We provide furniture for families that have experienced total loss for whatever reason. We work with over 80 different agencies in Greater Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky, Dayton area. Like I said, whole house furnishings. We also provide a pickup service for free for the community. It's a great way to keep furniture and household items out of the landfill. So that's what I do.
That's what's up. Let's give it a round of applause. And you see how he talked Caucasian? That was really Caucasian. I didn't even know that was my brother right there. I was waiting for him to snap back into it. So maybe we can get them to be a sponsor.
Guilty! That nigga is guilty!
Dang it. But anyway, that's what's up. So, you know, with that being said, man, been interviewing people running for city council, man. And I've been learning a lot about the process and about what's going on in city council. And for me, man, it seemed like something out the wire, bro. We were just talking about going down rabbit holes, and I look at all this, the mob TV shows, this, that, and the third, and I ask myself, hey, man, we is living in a real life goddamn movie. Goddamn movie. This is a real movie going on. You got the head man in charge, threatening to shut down the Fed building in Cincinnati. And that building ain't never got that much attention till now. They were talking about shutting it down. Next thing you know, man, they oh my gosh.
There's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on. Like, hey, man, I cannot be the only one that sits here, smokes this weed, go do my due diligence and whatever it is to get my money and feed my family and not pay attention to, nigga, we in the movie. I need to see what role. Where?
They clone Tyrone. It's all over the place. It's everywhere.
So that's where I'm at with this. Like, okay, in this mayor race here, I said, okay, well, we don't live in the city, but I got family members who do live in the city. Got family members on city council running again. You know what I'm saying? So we like, okay.
Well, it doesn't matter if you're in the city, out the city. It doesn't matter where you are. I think the main focus should be that if you're not participating, doing the very least that you can do, which is voting, you really don't have a voice. You're screaming into a void. No one's going to hear you. It's not going to bring forth any change outside of maybe someone else's personal views as far as more than likely dissuading them from voting. And that's what we don't want to do. We want to have people exercise their voice, exercise their right, realize the history. You talk about doing your due diligence. That includes looking at the things that were done to uh, keep voting at a minimum, or make people feel that voting doesn't work, or some type of disenfranchising that comes with our whole political system. So, it's a multifaceted attack. So we have to have a multifaceted approach. But it always starts with voting, and that's participation on the citizen level. That's everybody.
Well, I hear you, man. You sounded really Caucasian there too.
How
You know
come
what
I
I'm saying?
couldn't sound like Booker T. Washington or something?
Okay, all right. I don't know how Booker T. Washington sound.
W.E.B. Du Bois.
I don't know how they sound.
Them two black folks, they
I
argued
guess
at one point in time.
I guess I need to be around more educated black folks.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. I mean, education and being able to speak clearly isn't a sign of one's race. It's a sign of one's education.
You gotta go now. You gotta go now, because you was messing up the program here. But no, so on a serious note, I hear what you're saying, and a lot of people take their vote in serious, but it's a lot of people who don't. It's a lot of people who are really coming to a point where they're seeing that it's not working, and it's not working for them.
Well,
And I'm one of those people. So, like I said before, I don't know. I gave Brandon the link to come in, so he can come in at any time. But like I was saying earlier, and I mentioned The Wire because of this. Politics is gangster. Politics is the street with the Caucasian language.
it's white collar versus blue collar versus urban warfare.
So,
I guess. I mean,
so
but it is gangster.
it is. So, in any organization, you have a power structure. You have people in place. I remember going to one of Orlando Chapman Sr.'s networking event down at the Black Coffee or Black Tea Shop downtown.
Another great man. Another great man.
Let's give Orlando Chapman a round.
Yeah, old school. He awesome.
So I went down there to one of those meetings, and it was a young black guy, city council, and he was telling us about the things that was going to happen in Cincinnati that people don't know that's going to happen, that has been in place for a long, long time, and it's just getting to this phase. And he was mentioning Sycamore, all the high rises and apartments, and eventually Jobs and Family Service and the Justice Center will be out the way.
The expansion of Children's Hospital.
Yeah.
It's a lot of things.
Yeah. So with that being said, what we were saying was that a lot of these people who we're interviewing today, some of them have no clue as to what goes down, how city council works. You know what I'm saying? And I learned a lot from like I said, Lakita's interview. And the reason why I mentioned the gangster stuff is this: quit jibber jabbing. You got to raise somebody up from the streets. Like I had a guest on here, Robert Johnson. In this game, you got to raise somebody up from youth all the way up the system and be behind them. Like those people are behind them. We don't have that. Our power structure doesn't have that. We have individuals who get into city council or these positions and think that they can do what these other people do when it comes to greasing their palms, this, that, and the third, lobbying for this neighborhood, this gentrification over here. I'll take this money, and they get caught up in some dumb stuff because they want to ask for more money, do this, that, and the third. So my point is, until that comes along, or until all 9, and I'm gonna get to it when he get on here, hopefully get on here, because my new name for the city council is the Divine 9.
I mean, when you think of how the political system actually works, that's going to be a starting point for someone who is franchised or someone who is who feels that they uh, don't have a voice or that it doesn't work. So, when you say bringing someone up from the street, even though it's not, a movie that a lot of people know, I think I might be even quoting it wrong. It's something like Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. It's a whole black and white type movie where the regular Joe Schmo, he fights his fight all the way up to Washington, D.C., but it really puts the spotlight on how something actually works and how it goes about with a grassroots effort. Same thing was, cartoon a long time ago, Schoolhouse Rock, where I'm just a bill. I'm just a bill.
I love that show. I love that show.
Yes,
I
sir.
love that show.
Hey, let's give it up. Let's give a round of applause for city council candidate running for 2025, Mr. Brandon Nixon. What's going on, man?
I'm blessed, man. How y'all doing?
Hey, man, I'm having fun.
Good.
We have fun on this podcast right here, man. And we
I
get
like to hear that.
nitty gritty, you know what I'm saying, and get down to
Okay,
the
okay.
potatoes, you know what I'm saying? So
I like to
don't
hear
know if
that.
you heard that we just was talking about politics as usual. And
Yes.
just give us a little background about yourself, man.
Okay. Well, number one, thank you for inviting me for y'all show. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
No problem.
Like I say, I'm new. Deposit. I always work background, but not front. Don't kill me on the show. But yeah, I am new and a little bit background. I am 44. I'm from a town called Elyria, Ohio, Northeast Ohio. About 20 minutes from Cleveland. I am married, got 3 kids. A little bit background. I, I got in politics when I was like 12 years old. Mom and dad was union stewards, and they go to all kind of union meetings. And I was like, I got like passing around and helping my mom like register to vote and getting people to sign up for the union. I really started that, and then I got tired of doing politics because I was city council, student council, and about 18, I just got tired. I started doing what I want to do. And I had an incident once of a guy was saying, well, this and that, this and that. And I said, well, if you're going to complain about something, you run for city council and mayor. And I was like, then he was like, well, I was a big complainer about it stuff. And the guy told me that. I said, I went back in the field, college. I got some college on me. Went to LCC, Lorraine County Community College, studied political science for 2 years. Then I got a job working as a union steward. And I did union for like 2 years, and I got remarried, moved down to Cincinnati. Um, I was on the Kenya High Community Council for 3 years. Down in Elyria, I campaigned for a guy named Frank Whitfield. He was the first African American mayor of Elyria, Ohio. I was his campaign manager. Then after that, I was on the Park and Recreation Board for the city of Elyria for 3 years. And just campaigned for a lot of candidates, commissioners, senators. Just did a lot of campaign for people.
Let's give that a round of applause. Let's give a round of applause, man. That's a pretty extensive background, especially in the youth, man. I can imagine being a youth, being at the union steward. Was your mom? Was they mob? Your parents?
Yeah.
They crack you
No.
over there?
There wasn't mob.
Oh, okay.
No.
Oh, okay.
The town of Elyria is like 60,000 people, and you got your clique. But Elyria is like really, I don't say racist, but certain town, like certain area, you don't want to go there. And the south side.
Wait a minute.
A lot of
Stop.
places
You
like
said 20 minutes out of Cleveland. So when you said that, I thought sundown town.
everywhere. They're everywhere.
Well, Well, back then it was. Elyria was a
Mhm.
sundown state back then. Yes, it was. It
Wow.
was.
Yeah, man. They
Yeah,
got up out of there, man.
yeah. That one area called Amherst that it still had the bell come on at 6 o'clock. And one day I asked one of my friends, I said, "Why you got the bell at 6 o'clock?" And he told me, he said, back in the day, black people had to leave town.
Hey, man, ain't nowhere in hell.
Yeah,
Ain't no
yeah,
way in hell that I would be
That's real.
sitting. Ain't nowhere in hell. I would be
yes.
remind. Hey, man, I be on edge. Pow,
Oh yes,
Living in Franklin.
yes,
You'd be like living
yes.
in Franklin, Ohio right now.
pow, boy. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. We went
Yes,
to a
yes.
restaurant up past the Lebanon somewhere, right? And it was a sundown. I said, hey, man, they don't do that no more, man. Let's go.
Yeah, no.
I'm not fooling around.
You know, I did a lot of traveling on the road, and there are some rest stops in some states that tell you these are not patrolled. There's no police coming. Stop at your own risk.
Shit.
And you're thinking you're down south somewhere in Arkansas or something like that, and you're like, wait a minute, you see
Hell
these big old
no.
trees, and you start hearing strange fruit playing in your head. You're like,
hell no. Hell no.
You know what? That's funny because my mom and them from Alabama, and if Alabama got no street lights,
yeah,
dirt roads,
yeah.
can't
Oh,
see
yeah.
nothing.
You can't see
And
nothing.
Oh
places
yeah,
like that in Pennsylvania, you're driving through Pennsylvania, and it's like there's no lights.
Nothing.
You're
I
in the
remember
mountains.
Valdosta, Georgia. Nigga, that was
Valdosta.
all right, man. Yeah. But with that right there, and you see how all of us got excited and we're like, oh
Yeah.
hell no,
Shared
I ain't doing
experience as a
that.
black man.
Yeah. Experiences of Black Men 101. I bet all
Shared
of us.
experiences. We all
Yeah.
lost them.
So with that right there and that
Yes.
mentality, that's
Mhm.
on your back, like every black man. I
Yes.
commend you for sitting out there. And you come into Cincinnati. What made you say let me run on let me get on council here?
Well, number one, I've been up here about 6 years, and I was on the Canyon High Community Council, and I was talking to people, and I love that experience. I get to go to different neighborhoods, different city council members, and I always see the African Americans neighborhoods like abandoned houses, and it just not up. But I go to a high park, they all nice and shiny, and
There's a
I
reason
said that's
behind it.
wrong. And I said that's wrong. Why one area nice, other areas not?
Hey
And I
man,
said,
and Everson, shit. Yeah,
yeah,
There's a
and
we
reason
live in
behind that.
yeah,
There's
Everson.
a reason
Yeah,
behind that.
we
It's a
across the
concerted
street.
effort. There's an
And it's
effort that's
Hyde
put
Park
into
right
that.
there. And
And
you
if
can
you
right
know
back up,
politics,
man.
then you know
Cut the crap.
that there's a reason behind everything. And there's money in keeping those homes
yeah.
dilapidated. There's money in doing that.
So after you seeing that, you said, hey, I
It's
just
called
gotta
a
go.
gentrification plan.
I gotta go.
Yeah.
I want to go try and change this. So what
Yeah,
was
I
up?
want to,
Go ahead.
huh?
Go
I was
ahead.
like, yeah, I want to change it because I want everybody to have a voice for themselves. I want every neighborhood to be on the same playing field, not just one area get one funding. If you go to Clifton, they get funding, but different areas don't get funding, and it's wrong. You know, and then like down at the West End, they always sticking stuff down the West End, like when they have the homeless shelter down the West End. That's why the West End cannot prosper because you keep putting stuff there. Stick some of the stuff in Hyde Park area. Stick some of the stuff in Clifton. You're not going to see all of that. But they want to put everything down the West End
What you
and
mean
South.
stuff? What you
Huh?
mean stuff?
Okay, like just say the homeless shelter is down there.
Okay.
Um, uh, Everything got to go to city council. They stick it down to the West End. Just say the homeless shelter or a drug rehab or anything. They stick down to the West End.
Well, I can say this. I can say this because I do
Okay.
work with a lot of different organizations that provide assistance for whatever reason. Now, the main thing that we do is furniture, but these organizations, we're just a tool in their tool belt. Okay. We don't generate our people.
Okay.
But when you look at what these organizations across the board are facing, and like I said, this is Northern Kentucky, the whole of Greater Cincinnati, and portions of
Mhm.
Dayton. All right, that encompasses everything. Um, when you see where the programs, where the funding comes from, where the donations come from, when you see that, and when you see the areas that are being serviced, two things that you immediately think of when you see it is that everything is in the inner city, like he said, on the west side, on the west end, you know, and that's high concentration in the city. But then you notice something else that is also in the rural areas. Those areas are being serviced. They're being served not only just on picking up donations, but they're also seeing people that are in need.
Okay.
Uh, but now I say that to say um, the zoning is where the funding is where these things have to come from. And that starts with the community, the people, and what they're voting for when it comes to these issues.
So what?
Mhm.
So what is your first line of your first plan? What's your first laydown? What you plan on doing? What can you do? You know what you can and can't do?
Well, can I ask you this question? What
Uh,
platform are you on? Are you more conservative, moderate, or would you label yourself a little bit more liberal leaning?
I am a independent conservative. I am a registered Democrat. No, Democrat. Everybody say I'm not a registered Republican or no mega. Everybody keeps saying mega. I'm not. I am
It's
independent.
Omega.
No, MAGA.
Oh,
Mega. Yeah.
MAGA.
Everybody. Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
the thing is
Republican.
when you are, and that's something that we have to get over. I just had a conversation on Facebook with one of my friends today, to where we do have to bridge that gap between conservative and liberal, and it starts with, like I said, doing your due diligence. So when you think of these terms, a lot of times people will label you or pigeonhole you based off of what they perceive or what they have gathered as far as what that means.
Right.
So conservative nowadays, whether you're black, white, or whatever, that means you're a Republican, and that means that you are MAGA.
So that's what. But he didn't said he not MAGA.
And that's and
I'm,
that's why I
I'm
said
not.
I applaud him for making that distinction. But that does lead me to some questions like, well, how do you, as a black conservative, a part of the independent, because most independents are conservative leaning, how do you combat the challenges to get something done in that party when it's evident that they do not champion any of the causes that we may be talking about today?
That is a
And
great question.
that's great. Like number one for me, that like I said, I like to work with Democrat side. I like to work with independent side. Plus, work on my party, the party side too. That I believe that we can all could work together. You know, there's no label. I'm here for the people, not for the party. I told him. I said, hey, I'm here to. If a Republican want to work with me, so be it. If a Democrat want to work with me, so be it. Independent, libertarian. I'm here to help the citizens of Cincinnati the best way I can. And if I get on council, I had to work. If we get a Republican, I had to work with a Republican. I had to work with Democrats. Why can't I be independent, be a free thinker, and think on myself and see what do the citizens of Cincinnati needs?
Well, no, and I applaud that because myself, I know a lot of times people like to pigeonhole me as a Democrat, and I'm not. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not Republican. My views are fluid. I'm an American citizen,
Mhm,
and my history goes beyond slavery in this country. So I don't
mhm,
have the luxury, because of my skin color, to co-opt the side to say this they represent me in totality when you know the history
mhm.
behind America in general. So
Yes.
that's
Yeah.
that said, when you think of being an independent and you think of whether you're a Democrat or a Republican, the same mindset is supposed to be there as far as
Mhm,
working with whoever you're slated to work with, whoever is in front of you, your constituents, the businesses, whoever is in front of you, your partners, whoever,
mhm,
committees. But when you are faced with, and this is a loaded word, obstructionism,
mhm,
we've seen that uh, a lot of times with conservatives where they have the ball, they have, like right now in America, they have complete reign. They've had state control over 70% of the state level government has been completely controlled by Republicans for over the last 40 years consecutively. So that means that out of 50 states, only a handful have seen a Democratic governor. There's been less than 5 states that have a complete Democrat governor, House, Senate, and
hmm
uh, Supreme Court.
So I guess he's trying to say is how you gonna combat that? Which I was getting ready to say. The divine nine got to come together.
You can
Because
have
what you
willingness,
sound,
but
you can sound good.
how do you
And I
combat
just
that obstructionism?
yeah, because it sound good. And I'm gonna just keep it 1,000 with you.
Okay.
Watching Stefan do his thing in front of watching the people how they do whatever, and they having the same type conversation, not like we having right now, but
hmm
more scripted. This will get
Yeah.
to be yourself when we really get to ask you these questions because
Okay.
that panel that they got, man, those were pre-manufactured answers. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So
Yes.
with the division that he speaks of the obtrusion, whatever the word was,
Obstructionism.
I mean,
And, hey man, you got it, man. You got it. Hey, I can't say big words too. You got it.
That's a $2 word, not even a $5 word.
that word, how do you plan on dealing with that? Because that's a big problem.
It
That's
is.
a big problem. That's the biggest problem.
Well, for me, like I said, I'm outspoken. I don't care if I know if a party doing something wrong. I'll spoke. I will show action. I spoke personally. I say, hey, you can't do that. I don't care if you like the president or anybody that if it's wrong, it's wrong. And that's why a lot of people don't like me because I'm outspoken. I do what's right. You know, I'm not going to agree with you anything just because that it sounds good. I'm gonna do my research. I'm going to, if it's wrong, I'm going to say, hey, you wrong, man. I'm going to tell the person how it is. I'm going to fight for anybody that's wrong. I'm going to fight for it.
Now, the
I'm not
question
going
when you
to.
say with the wrong, don't mean to cut you off, but what
Also,
about, being able to be persuaded? What if you were the one that was wrong and after you do your research and you find out, hey, maybe I was on the wrong side of something. Would you be persuadable to say, hey, I switched my stance? A lot of times in politics, they call that flip-flopping or being wishy-washy. But it takes courage to say, hey, I was wrong on an issue. I was wrong on something. I was misinformed. And now that I know better, I'm going to do better and move forward differently.
for me, I don't flip flop. If I do something wrong, I will say I meant to something wrong, and I don't flip flop or nothing. If I do something, I'll be a man that'll say, hey, I was wrong. I apologize. Let's work on that together and see, hey, what can we do? But for me, I don't flip flop nothing. If I do something, if I know I'm wrong, I'm gonna tell you I'm wrong. You can ask my campaign manager. Some things I was wrong doing. I told her, I said, I'm sorry, I apologize, but I'm not gonna flip flop. I'm gonna do what I need to do.
Let's
I'm gonna.
give her a round of applause, Miss J.Reese Wilson. She came on. Did you get a chance to check out the interview?
Yes, yes.
What
Yeah,
you
y'all
think?
did an excellent job. Excellent job. Yeah,
Yeah,
excellent job.
she was very she's a very interesting person. Very
Yes,
interesting person. I
yes,
got to
yes.
bring her back as far as the survival and the and that was going on. But back to
Yes.
making stuff happen in city council. Um, I hear you saying not flip flopping this, that, and the third. What type of power does a city council member have? What type of power? What can you go in and say, I need this to change right now?
Well, number one, that we just can't. Well, number one, we just can't do that. Our thing is that we're the voices for the people. We could do a thing, but we can't just change it. We got 8 other people got to agree with you, but we can't do um, programs or anything like that. Say, hey, I want that done, but we just can't straight go in there and say, hey, oh, need done right now. You got to be a vote on it. Got to go to different channels, and
A lot of red tape.
They got to do it. No, it's not red tape. They
no,
have to do their due diligence. So more
yeah,
than likely, when it comes to something like a city council, they'll break off into a subcommittee. They will
yeah,
explore, the options of first off, what is the ultimate goal of this measure? So, and then you go to, it's almost like a brainstorming operation, to where you have discussions on the impact that it would have, the whether it's good or bad,
Right.
the funding of it,
Right.
how it would be implemented,
Right.
and then then that vote has to come from
Right.
that point
Right.
forward.
Right. That's what
Yeah.
you were saying. I was just making sure I'm checking,
Okay. Yeah.
checking,
Yeah.
I'm talking
But
about.
well, you know what? But I was on the Kenny High Community Council. We do the same thing too. I already know a little bit of it.
Yeah.
How city
So
council
now,
works.
with Cincinnati being, you know, historically here of late a Democratic stronghold,
Hmm.
and you're running for city council. The
Yes.
thing is that, across the country, you see thriving cities, and they're supporting the rest of the state. So, in a state like Ohio, we have the majority of the population are dwells inside of our major cities and our smaller cities, which are comparably larger cities in other parts of the state. Dayton's a small city in Ohio, but it's a large
Hmm.
city compared to other cities in the state. I mean, in the other states. Um, you know, so we have a lot of population, we have a lot of industry, and all of these cities are doing great things. They're all Democratic strongholds, but we are controlled by Republicans. Our votes aren't counting due to redistricting, gerrymandering, and we're seeing, far-reaching.
How do you stop gerrymandering? That was the topic a while ago.
How do you
Not
protect it in our city
like
while the state is doing
they did
things
in
like drawing a
what was it,
lines?
Texas? Was they doing restructuring? What they call it, illegal in
They
Texas?
did it here in Ohio
Yeah.
already. They did it here in Ohio. The Supreme Court struck it down, and they did it again. And now the Supreme Court has nothing to say. Those voting rights acts measures that were protections that were put in place by amendments,
So it seemed like
time
it's
lapsed
like
out a long time ago, 2013,
no-win
2011, 2010.
situation. A no-win situation.
No, I'm just a
Because
bill. It's not a no-win situation. I'm just a bill. It's
man, but
not a no-win situation.
if you got five on so it's the majority rules
Well, the
with
one
these
thing that
votes.
stops all that is a petition. So the people with the grassroots movement, and he may have started off as a grassroots candidate where he just, went down there, made his filings, and now he's just trying to drum up enough support through his community and getting his name out there to where he becomes a viable candidate. So, that same process is emulated in everything, right down to the issues that we have to face as citizens in Ohio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. I was over your head. My fault.
I know, man.
No,
It's cool. Well,
No, I'm just
okay,
saying,
okay.
like, when you talk about grassroots and bringing it up, like,
I thought I
Yeah.
needed to say it and take
you
notes.
can't believe in a grassroots
I had to
movement
take
if you're
notes,
talking
Brandon.
about it's a hopeless cause, because the meaning of grassroots is definitely not hopeless.
I
We can get
think
it from
we
the ground up.
need to incorporate my brother as a candidate.
No,
Please help me with this. No, but
I
back
can't
to
be
you,
a
my
candidate.
brother, man. I'm just having fun.
Well,
With
it's cool, man. Well, I think everybody need to be on the same playing field, and
Mhm.
I think it's just crazy how people want to change the voting area for the benefit they party. I think that we all need to be on the same playing field, and I think that what you got to lose, if you good and everything like that, why? For me, I look at it as like cheating. I look at it. That's how I look at it. I think that we all been on the same playing field and see who be the best person to win your district or the election. I look at it like that.
So, are you? Do the candidates represent each neighborhood, or they rep all neighborhoods?
No, you're
All
going to
neighborhoods.
represent
All neighborhoods.
All
Yeah.
neighborhoods.
Yeah.
You're on city council, you represent the city of Cincinnati. Now, if
Yeah.
you're in the neighborhood, board or something like that, that's different.
So, if
Village.
you lived in Kennedy Heights now and you run for city council, your main concern would be bringing life to Kennedy Heights. Am I
No.
correct?
No. Yeah, but another thing is my concern would be all Cincinnati, all 52 neighborhood, just not Kennedy Heights. But I live in Westwood now. I live in Westwood now. I moved from Kenny to Westwood,
Oh,
but
okay.
but my concern will be all 52 neighborhoods, not just Kenny Heights. Kenny Heights could be there, but all 52 neighborhoods. Just because I live in Kenny Heights, it means that I got just only Kenny Heights gonna be my thing. No, no. When I win city council, I'm in charge of all 52 neighborhoods, not just 10, all 52.
Okay, let me ask you this. I never asked anybody. Do y'all get paid for this?
Yes,
They do
get
get it.
paid.
It's a job.
It's a job.
It's a
High-paying
job.
job.
A high
Yes.
paying job.
Not that high paying, but it's a high paying job.
What's the base pay of a city council
Gotta
member?
ask them.
What's the base pay of city
Don't
council?
ask people how much they make.
Hey, man, you
well,
ain't ready
well,
yet. You ain't ready yet.
hold on. Can I say? Well, it's in public record. They get between 65,000 a year.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's
You thought you was gonna get rich being a city council member.
Oh no, you don't. You don't get rich. You don't get rich. But like I said, I'm not doing it for the pay. I'm doing it for to help Cincinnati, help the citizens of
let's
Cincinnati.
give him,
And,
let's
you
give him
know,
a round of applause for that answer right there. Hey, man, you need to go ahead and clip that. I'm gonna clip that part right there and turn it over for city council because that was definitely one of my questions that I wanted to ask. Like, and I'm right, Jason. I thought that they got paid big money. 64K is all right. It's, you can
if you're a single individual or if you're a family and you're a double income family, that'll put you middle class.
Yeah, middle class. Yeah, so
yeah,
it's got
lower middle class maybe, but middle class.
so
Yeah.
so 64K. You control your own hours. You can
no,
No,
not really. You got to go to board meetings. You got to go to committee meetings. You got to go to the show. You got to go to events. You got to go to all kind of different
in
things.
your face with a
Yeah.
camera, nine
Yes.
news in the face, in your face. If you one of the members that's not showing up for votes, not showing up for meetings and stuff like that, you're gonna have them cameras in your face. I'm like, what are you
Yeah.
doing? People elected you, and you're not showing up for.
and I was like, hey
Yeah.
man, I can't get nothing done because it's ramp up. No.
What was it? Old school in Cleveland? Old school dude in Cleveland when he smacked the reporter like, "Get out my face!"
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I remember that back in the 70s. It was like 70s or 80s. Yeah.
Got caught smoking crack, got reelected, all types of stuff, man.
You don't smoke crack.
Yeah.
It was wild. It was wild.
Yes.
Well, dude, man, how big is your support right now?
Well, like I say, I got a pretty decent support. I got a lot of high school kids because I go there and talk to them. I tell them about my platform. I got like 8 or 9 volunteers for the 2 high schools together. I got my campaign team, and I got a couple people. I already know going in there gonna be hard for me because I'm independent. I'm a new person. But win or lose, it's a good experience for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I love talking to people. That's like the best thing for me is knocking on doors, asking people, what do you want city council to do for you? How can we fix that? Like I say, some is afraid to go to different areas. I'm not afraid to go to the Fay or Roselawn. I'm not afraid to go there. I'll ask them like, what do you want us to do? Because like I tell people that we are not your boss. You are boss. I'm sorry. I mean to say that, we work for you,
Yeah.
and you don't work for us. And I tell people that.
Right.
Well, now, one thing, there's always, even if you don't make it, there's a lesson and a loss. Don't give up. If you have a true vision, if you see a true plan to address some issues, then work hard and come back, repackage it if need be, and continue to do that. I was checking out your page and I saw you were talking about the violence and everything like that. um you know and that led me to a question. What are some of the plans that you have if you were to win and you get that seat? What would be some of the things that not we got to do this now, but what do you see being the next steps to implement some of your plans? What are your plans? What do you think should be some of the solutions to combat, teen gun violence, violence in general. It's attacks everywhere. One side likes to paint it that black people are just animals and fighting and belong in a zoo and everything like that. And there's no accountability whatsoever as far as the other side and what they're doing. There's no accountability when we see these videos where people that don't look like us are fighting at
Mhm.
big stadiums. They're fighting at just doing the same things that we get demonized for. And the mitigating factors that we see our police and our prosecutors not applying equally. Equal application of the law is
Mhm.
where we're looking at. So what are some of your plans that we can get here?
I think the one thing I want to do that we did that in Elyria because I was the founder of a group called Bassin Brother Lorraine County. We have the police and community join together. We had the police and the community to trust each other, and we had a big picnic, a big not prayer, a big picnic in the neighborhood saying for the police and community. We had community leader, we had the police chief, and we sat down and we asked them, "What is your?" We asked them that, "What do you like against them, or how can we work to get it better?" Number one is get the community and police to trust each other. I think when you get the police and the community to trust each other, then everything else will go down. I think the violent, you know, I want to invest in our youth, and I think that we need to invest in mental health because mental health is a big problem, and I think that we need to have a counselor instead of calling the police because the police can't handle if somebody had illness. I think that if a person from mental illness, like just say a person, and somebody don't call the cop, call the hotline and send us caseworker here to help them, then calling the police officer to come.
Well, see those measures and those are, tried, true, good policy, best efforts put forth, cause and effect type measures. We've seen the success of those things that you're talking about, focusing on mental health and having resources available. Unfortunately, just here in the recent news, President Trump cut funding for uh, those programs specifically. So, state are losing, millions. Our area, just Cincinnati just came out and posted out some big numbers that they're going to be short with when dealing with our mental health resources. Hospitals are affected by that as well. So, what on city council can you do? And what outside of an outreach, like you said, the picnics and things like that, to bring the community together with the police. What other things can be done uh, that will bring that trust with the community and a segue for funding of those programs?
Then one we could use grants. Grants we could use grants and fundraising. I know it's not enough, but I think the grants asking man, it's a very hard question. That's like a curveball. But only thing I can think of, we could have the grants and the grants to come and help. Um, yeah, that's all I can. That's all I can think.
Didn't mean to think
Man, that's a big curveball question. That is.
because when you start thinking about the grants, it kicks in your mind in the back of your head. Well, the grant money is going away.
Yeah, yeah,
The
yeah.
funding of it is going away. So
Uh,
what are they going to do? And in Ohio, our fiscal year started in July. So we're
mhm.
starting to see all these programs and all these organizations dramatically scaling back the services that they provide, who they provide them to. And then when you start adding into that pot of confusion of how to move forward, you start thinking of the programs that are being cut, like DEI. And that's where you say, hey, there has to be an equal application and no exclusions for anything. For a lot of these programs. And now it's no longer like that. So when you see sundown towns and stuff like that, that we talked about, that mentality, those people are still around. And those are the ones that you got to combat and compete with for funding.
Well,
They're the ones that make that decision.
that's why I say it's just a bunch of gumbo. It's just a bunch of dookie in a bowl,
I'm
and we
just a
gotta
Jew.
sift through. We gotta sift through the doo doo
Gotta sift through it, buddy.
if we
You
can
can do
make
it.
it.
You can do
So
it.
my thing is, I hear you. You said something about picnics and police. Man,
Community outreach. He's talking about bridging the gap between
Well, I'm just out. Don't I'm saying outreach to try, or try to have the community and police to trust each other. Right now, I heard being for 6 years, I heard Cincinnati cops is something else. That's what I heard, and because I got stopped a couple of times by a Cincinnati police officer, and
it gets
like I
worse in
say,
surrounding areas, but yeah, they are.
hey man,
yeah,
Some of them are good.
I'm gonna
We
keep
got
it.
some good police officers out there. I don't
Yeah,
want
we
to say
do.
that all of them are
Yeah,
bad.
we're not saying
do.
all of
We
them
do.
bad.
No,
And there's a
I
lot
wanna
of
say that.
turmoil going on within the city, within the police department, internal stuff going on between us and them and everything. Because right now, the police, there is no way to bridge the gap with the police when you got the fraternal order police and all of them on the news telling you that we not supporting this. Actually, telling the prosecutors in Cincinnati how the case is going to go. This is this with having secret meetings, this, that, and the third.
Yeah, I don't think that there should be a FOP.
Yeah,
I think that's something that the community doesn't need. It
they
doesn't
don't-
service the community.
at
It services the
all.
police.
At all, the fraternal order police. What is that?
I mean, a union is one
Is
thing.
that a union?
No, it's a semblance of a union. You have a police union, but the FOP, fraternal order, is like their brotherhood type.
Yeah,
So
like
they-
it's like a
Yeah,
brotherhood.
What jurisdiction do they have in Cincinnati?
they represent the police officers as a whole.
Yeah.
So they're not a union.
Yeah, they're a union.
They are.
Yes, they're a union,
Okay.
but they do all the police officers in Cincinnati, basically.
Good or bad? Good or bad? Who polices the police?
The police.
There
That's
you go.
bad. That's a problem.
There's no community oversight, and when you have the FOP,
so
that's
who's
bad.
over the police in the city? Is it the mayor or the city manager?
The city manager.
FOP. Now we getting somewhere. Okay, now we getting somewhere.
Basically,
Police chief.
Yeah.
Police chief was over the Cincinnati police.
Right, but who's over the Cincinnati police? The manager.
The city manager and the mayor.
City manager.
The city manager. The mayor's not over the police.
Mayor's over top of the police.
No.
Ultimately, he is.
No.
Yeah.
No, he can't do nothing. He can't tell them to do nothing. Them white boys look at him like, if you don't take your brown looking self over
conflict. It'll be some conflict.
It's already conflict. If that's the case.
He's not over top of the sheriff's department, but he's over top of he's the executive officer.
Yeah.
He can't be. Y'all, I don't believe y'all.
They work together.
I don't believe.
He's the executive officer.
I do not believe.
The mayor's the executive branch.
I don't believe it. Right. I can't believe it.
Okay.
You probably right. All right. But I'm just understanding, like, this makes no goddamn sense. And if that was the first thing in city council, although the mayor's not over city council and city council's not over the mayor,
they work together.
Somebody got to get that city manager up out of here. The city manager got to go.
Why you say that?
Why? Because the city manager ain't said nothing about nothing that's going on in this goddamn city. All you hear is FOP. What's her name? The prosecutor?
I don't know.
Pillage? I don't know. Whatever her Pillsbury Doe. I don't know whatever.
No, don't do that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Connie Pillage.
Connie Pillage.
Don't do that.
Pillsbury. I don't know.
Don't do that. That's Connie Pillage.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Nice person.
She can be nice as well. She can get it like everybody else. That's the problem. That is the problem right there.
You got to crack some eggs.
Yeah, crack all eggs.
And not everybody's going to make you happy all the time. You're going to
I
have some
don't care. You got to crack the eggs. You got to
have some type of vision. But you also, like I told him, when you see something isn't working, do you have the courage to say, hey,
Well, he said he did.
And yeah.
And he did say that. Let's get a round of applause.
Yeah.
So I expect you to get in the city council and let the city manager have it.
Yeah, I will. Yeah. And I'm serious too. I'm not saying because I'm on your show, but yeah, if she's doing something wrong, or even the mayor doing something wrong, I will let him know that, hey, you doing it wrong.
Yes.
Yeah. And and I won't say to him to cuss him out or nothing. I will be politely, close the doors and, hey, you doing something wrong, because I was respectful, don't do it in public. When close the door, hey, you doing it wrong and everything. Hey, try to come with a solution. See, can we both agree on something? I'm not a person trying to be better than everybody. I just a person trying to help the citizens of Cincinnati. Help see how can we both could come together and help each other out, and plus help this Cincinnati prosper. That's what I would do.
Yeah, well, that's what's up. I'm glad you was able to come on the show. We got uh, a lot of information from you, man, and I wish you the best, man, on your journey here, man. It sounds like you pretty much got a game plan and know what your limitations are and what you can and can't do. And the one thing that stood out for me is the accountability part. That's very important to me because I
Thank you.
already see that it's a whole bunch of bull crap that we got to go through to make sure not just black folks, but the city of Cincinnati be prosperous. At one time, the
Yes.
Queen City was Queen City for a reason. It was going to be the capital of Ohio, but for whatever reason, it's not. But still, we still a focal point. You can't get there unless you come through here. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
um, with that being said, that sticks out in my brain, man. Accountability. I think more questions, and I'm gonna ask each one of these other candidates because another one just wanted to come on, and so I'm feel we making progress here and giving people a platform to let them know who they are and what they vote for. And I definitely want to ask people the accountability of the city manager because that's why listening to all of these candidates so far, my brother, how he eloquently put stuff and break stuff down. How y'all do that? Added some pieces of the puzzle to me, like, oh, well, I'm a man, like y'all a man, so we fix problems. So that's what we do. We fix problems. We sit here and see, like, oh, that's the problem. All of the other stuff, oh, you just narrowed it down. This city manager, this is where our focal point need to be right here as the Divine Nine. This is where our focal point need to be. We need to have a city manager that's going to hold people accountable, no matter if you conservative, democratic, dog, MAGA, roof. I don't give a damn what you is. Hold everybody
Well,
accountable.
yeah, but for me, that's why I'm running at them because city council right now need balance, and there's no balance. It's a lot of yes man, yes woman. We need balance in city council, and it's hard when you got 9 people that agree on everything. Because we need, like you say, we need somebody to say, hey, you're doing that wrong. You need to fix it. To call them out, and you don't have that. And the one thing I do want to do is like invest in the youth, invest in our neighborhood, and save our communities.
Right.
And another thing I would do too is say no to connect communities because connect communities is terrible, and it's just breaking up neighborhoods.
Right.
And that's one thing I would do too, and say no to connect neighborhoods.
And see, this is why I having folks on here just because of this, because I don't want people. There's some people who just want you to go down and just vote blue,
Yeah.
or vote red.
Right now,
Yeah.
vote blue. Right now, vote blue. Don't vote anything red. I'm gonna be one of them ones that tell you that.
Okay.
And I'm not even blue.
Well,
So, I'm gonna tell you that now.
Well,
I'm one of them ones right now.
Okay.
Reviews of GRIZZBIZ that does not reflect the views of me. Anyway, I enjoyed you
Especially
having
on
on
the
it.
state level.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Thanks. And one thing, I'm sorry, but shout out to my friend for next week, Washington. Me and him really good friends. He my buddy. Don't hurt him too much, but Washington's a good guy.
Oh,
Now shout
no.
out to my friend.
Yeah, no
Good
doubt.
guy.
Because I'm
Good guy.
telling you, just from what you saying right here, where Lakita Cole broke down, and I'm trying to get Stefan Pryor on here too. I don't know what he is, but I enjoy him all up in them people's grill. So I
Me
do,
too. Me too.
yeah, I enjoy that. I enjoy that calling them out, and they facial, yeah. So definitely want to get him. I think all three of y'all is on the same wavelength, same. What's the name? Whatever that is. Yeah. But anyway, thank you for coming on the show, man. Make sure
Thank you.
share it, like it, and let everybody know what you're about. And we appreciate you, man. We about to get on up out of here. I'm tired of talking. I want to go see if they
Okay.
got something to eat.
Thank you. We'll go on Facebook, elect Brandon Nixon for city council. That's my page, my webpage for Facebook. And donation, anything, I'm here.
That's what's up. That's what's
All
up.
right.
Like you said, next week we got Mr. Washington coming on the show. So if you want to come back, that's fine too. Another or not, it doesn't matter. It's all good. I had enjoyed myself. So look out for us next Wednesday. We are out of here, like we say every Wednesday. Don't be stuck on stupid and relax. And go. We out of here.
Good night, y'all. Thank you.
Good night. Good night.
Good night.
Right now,
Guess who? Nobody got nothing on us.
you're locked in to the greatest station, GRIZZBIZ, my 2 cents.